Hello everyone, it's Chili speaking here. Today I prepared for you a short guide, or rather just a few tips on how to play the turbo setup, since it requires quite common cleaving instincts. There's still 1.5 week for you to push the titles, so make sure you take your last chance. Someone asked me to make a detailed guide on how to play against every comp, but nearly every game looks the same. Basically, we make our tactics beforehand the gate opens, which is usually obscured to who is our main target, #arenas in Legion. Otherwise than that, we just go with the flow, because as you remember, cleaving is believing, but you have to keep in mind that in Legion most of the good healers won't die against turbo, so leave them alone unless they come in your face. First things first, we try to CC on the fly when a shockwave is being called, which is our clones and hexes. Speaking of shockwaves, that is the most common time for us to go ham, meaning I pop my Swifty and the Shaman is using Heroism. Thing that is securing us the one-shot kills is Sharpened Blade on our talent, reducing the heals received by 70% for 4 seconds. If not, we definitely force some cooldowns here and swap off to the second target. It's also advisable to throw a vortex in, so that the Windwalker, for example, can't roll out and escape from us. As a warrior, it is important to coordinate your CDs with the Shaman and hold them off until he gets the procs. If not, you simply don't use anything. Playing this comp therefore may be very frustrating, and I don't hide it, since you also need to save your mortar stacks for the right time, because you definitely don't want to be left alone with slumps hitting for nothing on your bloodlust go. Like I said, turbo is all about the one moment, relying on your spiky burst every 1 minute or more, depending on your enhancements procs.
Please give me proc and he's dead, please.
Okay, I'm waiting. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Took my cast, he can't disperse, man. Where in between your cooldowns you basically struggle to survive and run for your life, just because Shamans are indeed quite squishy right now. Ready now?
I was.
Yes.
And now?
Up here.
He wall is going. But it's still fine when I'm.
We need to go soon.
Yeah, we can go up there when I'm alive.
Ready, phase?
Yeah. Watch out.
Leaping, I'm fine. Yeah, Shaman procs are very consistent, and sometimes it takes even up to 1.5 minutes to get them, meaning you could have possibly wrecked twice already, or they come back to back where you just simply destroy the enemy team.
Okay, bro! Oh, we can watch your DK.
Yeah, okay. Are you ready?
Yeah. Go! Tick monk, dead.
Okay, so there are two ways of going ham for warriors from my point of view. In the first you pop your Swifty macro, which consists of every offensive cooldown, then you CS, and after that 2 times Mortal Strike with Overpower, which should take you only about few globals on heroism, since the abilities come off very quickly. Bladestorm in most cases won't do as much harm to the enemy team as using single target abilities and procs. That's why you want to use them in the first place. Okay, then we have the second option, which is very similar, but you separate the cooldowns into splits. In the first one you can use Colossus Smash on a single target, double Mortal Strike and Overpower, but you save your Warr Breaker with Bladestorm for once enemies' defensive cooldowns fall down, so that is Paladin Wings for instance. Of course it all depends on situation. If a whole team of 3 is stacked up in a link or something, you can just AoE them down with all CDs and Bladestorm. Okay, once we have this sorted out, we can move forward to quite controversial topic that appeared recently on the forums, asking which talent is better, Focused Rage or Mortal Combo. So let me put it that way, if you're against a team that can kite you a lot, like FMP, using Focused Rage could be indeed more beneficial, since you can stack the buffs while running to the target, and then when you connect you can simply use Colossus Smash and follow it up with a Mortal Strike, which will take you only 2 globals as opposed to combo. Then if you're against some sticking melee cliffs, you can use Mortal Combo so that you won't lose any 2 out of 2 stacks of it, right? Now, Bajira recently came up with an idea of Focused Rage being an ultimate anti-melee spec where you pick Sweeping Strikes talent and cleave even harder. Then if you decide to pick it, the rotation has the exact same idea like the first coin harm version that we mentioned before, which is popping your Swifty with Warbreaker where you'll have your 3 stacks of Mortal Strike and then simply follow it with Blade Storm. Just keep the overpower part here and use it after the Blade Storm is over. What also comes down to a successful turbo, just like another setup, is having some common PvP awareness that is very welcome, like positioning yourself, since you don't really have anything to help your team out besides Shockwave, which is mostly used for offensive purposes, so lining and kiting some damage is essential to stay in the game. Keep your fear rather defensive than offensive unless you can secure a kill that way. Make sure you don't pop your cooldowns when Curse of Weakness is up, an Earthen Shield Totem or any major defensive cooldown. Otherwise they will be waste. Also at the moment you pop your cooldowns, make sure you're in the battle stance. Kill every Counter Strike totem so you won't kill yourself. Kill Sky Fury and Wind Fury to relieve some pressure off your healer. Swap off Karma and also make sure you cancel our Thorns from when it happens. Kill Siphons and last but not least stun Hunters on Red's Hatch so they don't get a trouble. Going for it, can you? I'm gonna go feed them. Triple Fury, can Counter Strike, can you go?
Yeah, go. Big clone.
Yeah, nice. Best stun you, man.
Big damage.
Think.
Maybe you can go soon.
Maybe.
Go, popping. Stun him.
Nice up.
Go DK. Big proc DK. Oh my god, I had so much procs.
Yeah, interrupted him. Play slow. I interrupted him. Oh, Counter Strike, I'll kill it. I got it.
Switch on rock now, hard. Ready?
Yes.
Big shaman.
Go. Nice, I'm stopping drop. Fearing healer. Let's go. Counter Strike, right? Is dead. He's in-car fearing. All in all, Turbo is quite unforgiving comp in Legion, where mistakes are punished. It's also frustrating to play in general, in my opinion. Well, definitely not a dampening sort of style like previous expansion, with a lot of counters on top of that. I think it's also worth mentioning that our team has played, aka try-harded the whole last season as Turbo, so we have found a pretty decent synergy among each others, overall helping us here and there for sure. But anyway, if you decide to play it and give it a chance, I believe it can return in favor an entertaining experience, bringing you a lot of fun with some random one-shots even at high ratings. So that will be it for today. I wish you good luck on your titles, and as always, see you next season. Peace.